SEC asked for emergency order to freeze Binance US assets anywhere in the world. The SEC asked a Washington, D.C. federal judge to freeze the assets of Binance's U.S. subsidiary, alleging that the company and its founder, Changpeng Zhao, held a disregard for U.S. law. The emergency order was filed late Tuesday night and would also force the repatriation of fiat and crypto asset deposited. Why am I blanking? Is this spelled correctly? Hold on. All right. I feel dumb today. Let's get this. It's the process of returning a thing. No, I need pronunciation. That's what I need. Pronunciation. Oh, man. I should have taken my lion's mane today. This is rough. This is rough, boys. Hold on. Repatriation. What is this? Repatriation. Or repatriation. There we go. A fiat and crypto asset deposited, held, traded, and or accrued by customers on the Binance.US asset trading platform. The Securities and Exchange Commission filed an emergency motion in Washington, D.C. federal court Tuesday evening, asking a judge to freeze the assets of Binance's U.S. platform and repatriate both fiat currency and crypto held by the service's customers. The freezing order only applies to Binance's two U.S. holding companies, not to the non-U.S. regulated international exchange. The order would apply to dozens of accounts held at the Axos Bank, the defunct Silvergate Bank, Prime Trust, and other institutions. Two foreign entities also controlled by Zhao, Sigma Chain and Merit Peak, served as conduits for billions of dollars of customer money that was improperly commingled with Binance's funds, the SEC alleged. The SEC filed suit against Binance and Zhao on Monday, alleging on 13 separate counts that the exchange and Zhao had worked to defraud investors, improperly commingling funds, and operate as an unregistered broker, dealer, and clearinghouse. The emergency restraining order was necessary, the regulator argued, to, quote, prevent the dissipation of available assets for any judgment, given the defendant's years of violative conduct, disregard for the laws of the United States. The order also compels Binance's founder, Changpeng Zhao, to, quote, show cause why a preliminary injunction, end quote, against Zhao and his two holding companies, quote, should not be entered, end quote. The restraining order would also prevent all three entities from destroying evidence. So it begins. And it is clear to me, I think at this point, that Western culture in general, specifically, you know, let's just go with the NATO-bound countries, right? I mean, essentially is what we're talking about here, because we're going to get into this, but we're talking about the United States, we're talking about Canada, we're going to be probably talking about, you know, Australia, the UK, Germany, all of these countries are going to come out directly attacking cryptocurrency because it does, at the end of the day, like we've talked about in previous shows, threaten the current power structures at hand. So this really doesn't have anything to do with buy Bitcoin or buy cryptocurrency to get rich. This has to do with what is the power structure that is being shifted here. And that power structure that's being shifted is going, you know, from the current reserve currency and the current standard of the US dollar into, you know, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general. And if that does happen, that weakens the power structure. So this makes sense that that we would start with basically utilizing current regulation that's put in place to go ahead and move over there. But the problem is, I think in general, just if you had to take my 2 cents, is we don't need the centralized exchanges for any of that, right? In fact, the regulation of centralized exchanges like Binance, like Crypto.com, like Coinbase, and all of that stuff, these onboarding and offboarding ramps from fiat into cryptocurrency shutting down, will at the end of the day only strengthen I think, the power of cryptocurrency in general, because right now these entities do, to a certain extent, like we've seen, with a lot of different cryptocurrency platforms, manipulate those. And I think that is bad for the general public. It's just kind of a weird, it's a double-edged sword, right? Where you could say, well, the people that are participating within cryptocurrency, I think like that 1% that's really into it, really into self-custody, all that sort of stuff. We see these sort of reports, and it's like, well, duh. I mean, this is everything that we've known from the very get-go, right? We've known about the centralized exchanges commingling of funds. We've known about the manipulation that they participate within, etc. So it's of no surprise. But, at the same time, we've heard accusations surrounding where does the U.S. government sell its cryptocurrency, right? When they are getting rid of like the Mt. Gox confiscated cryptocurrency, etc. It's on these centralized exchanges. So thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.